Hi everyone, now we are looking at a passage 3, Dark Horizon. Okay, let's read the subtitle. Down, okay, it says NB. I think you know the meaning of NB. The methods companies use to try to keep their most creative employees. A new way of getting help with your personal difficulties, okay? How much investment goes in safeguarding ideas of individuals? 2 examples of companies which have succeeded through being innovative. 2. Pay attention. How some innovators manage to avoid spending large sums of money on testing their ideas. Commonly held opinion about product designers that needs to be proved wrong. The target of one large company that has changed its business focus. Okay. Now, this system is an example of a new innovative company. These 2 of them have exchanged successful ideas on innovation with exchange means they exchange ideas with each other. Using financial rewards to encourage innovation is an outdated. So here the point is about outdated. Is it outdated or no? This IBM failed to understand David Preston's virtual values idea. Failed to understand means I could not understand. And we have here, what point does the writer make about intellectual? So the important thing is intellectual property, and Peter is an example of someone who has realized that in conclusion. Now, we should pay attention to the passage. And let's start. Okay, let's read it. So, problems, details about the problems, virtual versions of personalities. So, regarded experts, for example, a well-known dietitian, celebrity fitness trainer, psychologist well-known in the media, here work on parent-child relationships. Your magic system is a young firm and it's hard to predict how far they'll go. In 10 years' time, consulting computer about your diet problems might seem natural, okay, upset, but the company and others are beginning to seriously worry large American firms who see such half crazy new and innovative ideas. They said like referencing such half crazy ideas refer to the previous sentence, this refers to the previous sentences, and you can see it, young firm and such half crazy innovative ideas. They say it means this is innovative too, as well as being young. So I would go with true for question number 34. It's just an example of a new innovative company. And I think when it comes to this, did they talk about methods to keep them? No. Personal difficulties, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna go with A for this particular question, because personal difficulties, you can see parent-child relationships, and here your diet problems, they are personal difficulties in my opinion. So that's gonna be the correct answer for 28, and they said NB. That's why maybe we should go with this. Okay, did I read about multiple choice? I don't think so. Now let's continue. Innovation has become a major concern for American management. Okay, redesigning the stars of American business tend today to be innovators such as Amazon and Walmart, which have produced completely new ideas or products that have changed their industries. Look, completely new ideas means through being innovative. And 2 examples of companies means first example is Amazon, second one is Walmart. So the correct answer for 30 is gonna be B. And here also, did they exchange successful ideas on innovation? Through innovative ideas, like new ideas, they could become successful, but there is no information about whether they exchanged ideas with each other or no. For example, Amazon gave its idea to Walmart, or Walmart shared its idea with Amazon. So no mentioning about them. I mean, there is no information about exchanging ideas with each other. That's why correct answer would be not given for this particular question. And yeah, let's continue. So over the past 15 years, the firms have achieved greatest profits, okay, aren't easy to come by. One of the reasons for increasing desperate fortune is spent on identifying, and here they are talking about money. Look at this. A fortune is spent on identifying and protecting intellectual property. Intellectual property is other people's ideas, they say, and they are spent. And look, in intellectual property, they are talking about assets for intellectual property rose from $15 billion from 1998 to $100 billion in 1998. So it means how much investment goes to safeguarding the ideas of individuals, like intellectual property, other people's ideas. That's why for question number 29, I'm going to go with paragraph C. This one cannot be the correct answer, like spending large sums on their own ideas. It rose from this to this, and when it comes to intellectual property, it can be lost when firms merge. They are talking about merging. I read it somewhere here. Mergers, but it doesn't say something can be lost. It tends to belong to companies rather than individuals. No, it's valued more of a, yeah, C would be the correct answer. Easy, look. It used to be. It's valued more than it used to be. If you pay attention to its previous value in 1990, it was $15 billion, but now $100 billion. It means now value is better compared to the past. So correct answer would be C. And yeah, let's continue. I think this one is done. And companies innovation works best. Also, many of the companies have been struggling to come up with ideas, management of the creativity. And here, pay attention, like Peter Chemin is saying, in the management of creativity, size is your enemy, it says, size, who runs this corporation. Again, he's saying one person managing 20 movies is never going to be as involved as one doing 5 movies. So he's paying attention to size, like he means like smaller one is better. When it comes to managing this kind of movies, he has thus tried to break down the studio into smaller units. Now he is making it small, even at risk of this. Now let's pay attention to this multiple choice question. Is an example of someone who has large companies are less innovative than smaller ones. Pay attention to this. Many of the large established companies have been struggling. So large established companies are struggling. That's why size is your enemy. And here, smaller ones. So I think A might be the correct answer. Other businesses are more innovative. No. His employees need experience. They didn't mention. He's the best person. So C and D are dumb options. And if I had to choose between A and B, I would definitely go with A because they are talking about like size. And so, did I read anything about this? I think no. So it's easier to develop. In the past, scientists commercialize. They are talking about, again, money. Pay attention to this part. Now, without any hesitation, I would definitely go with avoid spending large sums. It's the second time they are mentioning amount of money, and pay attention to these people. So you are going to read it yourself and try to understand it perfectly. For now, to win time, I'm sure about this. I'm going to go with next paragraph. F paragraph. Okay. Now they are talking about some innovators, pharmaceutical. So it's easy, so you can feel it. Next. Some giants have been remarkably successful at buying and integrating scores of small companies, but many others worry about the prices, difficulty keeping hold of the people who dreamt up the ideas. Everybody would like to develop more. Okay, is now changing the entire direction of its business from global expansion to product development. Now, if you pay attention to this sentence, this particular, probably a company or something, is changing the entire direction of its business from global expansion to product development. And if you pay attention to this question, the target of one large company that has changed its business focus, now it's changing its business focus from global expansion to product development. So it's gonna be F. So, and 28, 29, sorry, 32 left, and 27 left. Innovation accepts. Okay, elsewhere the search for innovation had led to a craze for entrepreneurship, giving more power to individuals in the company and setting up internal ideas factories so that talent will not leave. Talent staff will not leave. Pay attention. So that talents will not leave. Internal setting up. They are setting up internal ideas factories. Power. They are giving more power to individuals. Like this is one method. Setting up internal ideas factories is another method here. Try to keep the most creative employees means talent staff will not leave. They do not want their talented staff to leave. That's why they are using some methods. So it says NB, so I can choose the same answer twice. So the correct answer is going to be F for this particular question. Now, this one left. Okay, I think the correct answer for 2 is either this or this. So we will see. Let's read it as fast as possible. I hope you are reading too, guys. What is this? Companies have to discredit the widespread view. Look, widespread view. There is only one mentioning of commonly held opinion. I don't need to read the rest of them. Reading the rest of them is for you. I'm sure that this is gonna be suitable for 32. So pay attention to this part. They have to change the culture by introducing hard incentives, such as giving more generous bonuses. They are talking about like bonuses, like money, financial rewards, bonuses. Those who come up with successful new ideas, and particularly not punishing those whose experiments fail. Now they are not punishing people whose experiments do not work. And the question is it an outdated practice? I'm not sure about. I'm gonna choose the answer for 36 later. And IBM. Look at this. This person and total incomprehension. They said. Try to sell his virtual expert idea 3 years ago to firms such IBM. And failed to understand means incomprehension. Virtual ideas, David Post, it's mentioned here. I'm gonna go with true for this particular question. And in conclusion, no. So here, apparently, unlike this is an area where computer cannot tell you what to do. Small firms, C is incorrect. Big firms are right to be cash. No. Pay attention, difficult to impose. Like, I think innovation will always include some uncertainty because this incomprehension as well. You can pay attention to this part. That's my personal preference for this particular question. It comes from these two paragraphs, like what I understood from them generally. So I read about this earlier. So is it an outdated method practice? No, they are using it nowadays. That's why it's false. We already read the location, so logically it would be false. And I want to say bye bye.